Hi, I'm Phil Stittle, Exec Director for Business Development at West Suffolk College. I look after all the apprenticeship recruitment, work experience placements, and anything that connects employers to the college.
Hello, I'm Julia Rogers from West Suffolk College, and I'm on the apprenticeship team looking after enrolment for the apprenticeship courses.
My name's Luke Minshall. I'm a Business Development Executive at West Suffolk College. I work at the relatively new STEM Centre in Bury St Edmunds, and I'm responsible for many areas of the apprenticeships and further education within a variety of sectors.
If you're an employer looking to take on an apprentice, we have our top 5 frequently asked questions that will give you more information and advice.
So there are 2 ways that you can do this, possibly 3. If you haven't already got a signed up apprentice as a new employee yourself, we can look after your recruitment for you as part of our service that we do at West Suffolk College. You can send us your details of your vacancy for your apprentice that you would like to employ, and we will look after getting the suitable candidates for you, matching and doing preliminary interviews for you. And then you then get the final say once we send over the details for you. That's one way of doing it. And then the other way would be if you've already recruited an apprentice and you have somebody in mind, we can look after enrolling them on the apprenticeship course. What this looks like is the screening for entry requirements, so that they look into doing an English and maths assessment and some other learning support that's involved, so that West Suffolk College can assess them for their starting point for the apprenticeship course. And then we look after the enrolment. So at this stage at the moment, we're currently using a remote enrolment process, which is electronic. And we then do the final enrolment part with managers over Teams or Zooms for making sure that everyone is social distanced.
So there are a number of grants currently available within the local area, some offered by the government, some offered by local councils and governing bodies. I'll start with the age, or as it used to be known, the age incentive, which is a £1,000 incentive available to any employer who employs a person under the age of 19. That begins their apprenticeship before their 19th birthday, and they are on an apprenticeship standard. That's paid in 2 payments of £500, usually around about month 4 and month 13, depending on the length of the apprenticeship standard. That's quite straightforward. That one's got no sort of end date. That seems to be concurrent and continually running. We've also got the new government incentive, which was brought out in line with COVID, and that's to support employers with recruiting apprentices, as well as I should say, and that's up to £2,000. Any apprentice aged up to the age of 24 is the full £2,000, and anybody aged over 24 on their apprenticeship start date is potentially entitled to up to £1,500 as well. The final thing, which is incentivised by both Norfolk and Suffolk councils, is the Recruit Retain Reward. Now, this is available for any business that's not a levy-paying business, regardless of size, and it is a £1,000 additional incentive separate from the 2 government ones that you could potentially be entitled to. If you need any support on that, we've got contacts within both Norfolk and Suffolk that we can point you in the direction of.
Well, this can vary somewhat depending on which subject and course that they're applying for, but as a minimum they would need to achieve 12 months to begin with, and then we would look at them on a course by course basis depending on which subject and their needs in terms of any support and also for their endpoint assessments that's included in the course. So it can vary from anything from 13 months up to 4 years, and depending on the level, and if they go up to degree level as well.
In terms of commitment and cost from yourself and the employer's perspective, we'll start with the commitment. The commitment, there are probably 3 or 4 key areas or key commitments that you need as an employer. The first being a line manager mentor. Every apprentice, it is absolutely vital that they've got somebody within the business that they can rely on as a mentor. And the second is the 20% off the job learning, which every apprentice has to adhere to. They keep a learning journal of 20% of their time off the job and learning new knowledge, skills and behaviours. The other and final commitment, I would say, is that they must be allowed their time for day release. If it is a day release course, there's no option for them to miss any of their specific learning. It's really important that is adhered to. In terms of cost, that varies on whether you're a levy payer or a non-levy payer. If you're a levy payer, you would be expected to pay the full cost from your apprenticeship. From your levy pot for the apprenticeship. And if you're a non-levy payer, the expectation would be that for anybody over the age of 19 on their start date, we would expect a 5% co-investment.
It's all included, so if they are attending college, you would still pay them for that amount because it's under their contracted hours and classed as their 20% off the job training hours. For the minimum wage of an apprentice, at the moment, it is £4.15, and this is increased every year. Now, that's at any age, unless they're already an existing staff member. If they are taken on and they're older than 18, so 19 plus, they can have that £4.15 for their first year, and then it will need to increase to what their age is for their minimum wage.